Ma'am, can you please repeat?
Yeah, dear students, let's do a small topic meanwhile before sir joins us. Mughal Empire. Can anybody give me the names of the emperors in an order? In an order, if somebody can give me the names of the rulers in the Mughal Empire, in the Mughal dynasty, I should say. Yeah, or randomly you can tell me the names.
Aurangzeb,
Correct.
Akbar,
Even if it is not in an order also, it's okay. Yeah, Akbar, Aurangzeb,
Shah Jahan.
Shah Jahan, correct.
Ma'am,
Babar,
Akbar.
Babur, Akbar, yeah, correct. Did we miss somebody?
Alauddin Khilji.
Khilji is a different dynasty. Khilji is a different dynasty. Lodis, Khiljis. Yeah. So it goes like this. First is Babur, then Humayun, then Akbar, then Jahangir. You missed out Jahangir. Jahangir and then
Bahadur Shah Zafar.
Shah Jahan. After Shah Jahan is Aurangzeb and then Bahadur Shah Zafar. Right. So today we will be learning about this Mughal period. So your time period, you can mention it as 1556 to 1707. It was at its peak. Yeah, these Mughals actually entered our country through Afghanistan. But each of these rulers who are coming from different parts of the world and those who are coming to India, they like India, like they like this country, yeah, so much that they stay back here, right? So like that only Mughals established their whole. They established their empire and they stayed here. So that's why in all these Mughal structures that are there in our country, can you name few huge constructions which were there built during the Mughal Empire? Sir was talking about Indian Independence Day, right? August 15th. Where does Prime Minister hoist the flag?
Red Fort.
Red Fort. Red Fort was built, yeah, during the Mughal period itself. So here is a picture of Babur, and here you can see how this empire was, the extent of, see, different colors are given. Go through this map very clearly. So how they have started off in 1530, yes, it all started with the Battle of Panipat, and then how it expanded between 1605 and then again at 1707. You can see almost the whole country, till Kerala, part of Tamil Nadu is left out. Rest of the country is all in the Mughal Empire. See, and Akbar, the Great, we call him. He was the key ruler, I should say, among all the rulers, but it was started with Babur. So let's see the story. There is one story related to Babur and Humayun also. I will be sharing that story shortly. Now, so the Lodi kingdom was there. The Lodi dynasty was ruling the country when Babur, yeah, entered the country through Afghanistan. And after the first battle of Panipat, he defeated Lodi and he entered the country. So here he was a great warrior. There's a story I told you, related to Babur and Humayun. So when though he was a great, even though he's a great warrior, he's a great father also. One of his sons, Humayun, whom he loved the most, fell ill, very seriously ill. So the doctors told that, yeah, the condition is becoming worse and worse, and we cannot save him. So one of the priests who is there, they told that at least the religious gurus who are there, who were advising him, told that give a sacrifice to God, the thing which you like the most, which is most precious to you. So he thought that to save his son, it's no other greater gift than the life itself, right? So Babar thought that he would sacrifice his life for the life of his son. So after the prayer, yeah, after his prayers were answered, and Humayun, got well, and but slowly within 3 months, Babar expired. He died. So this is one of the my one of the stories, 1530. This is about it. So after the great battle of Panipat, Babar has conquered, occupied parts of the country. He established it, yes. And why was India at its peak during this period? Is at that time there was trade going on. What is India famous for? India was famous for its spices,
Spices.
for the textiles that it was doing, the precious metals that were there with us, the kind of architecture, or the kind of artifacts that we were creating. So all these were very much in demand. So that is how the trade and commerce flourished, and Mughals slowly established themselves. I should say in their architecture, you can see a fusion of Persian, Islamic cultures with, it has been blended with the Indian traditions and architecture. So you can see all those monuments which are there, which have a unique, the Red Fort is with the red stone, Taj Mahal is with the marble. So they use different varieties of stones, and they have built it beautifully. And it is very close to, like, now past 500 years, or I should say 400 years. So that's why still the structures are with us, and we are able to see them. So after Babar is like now, with the prayers of his father, now Humayun has taken over the reins of the dynasty as a king. And but for Humayun, the journey was not very easy. Though he got it from his father, it was not very easy. He was defeated by Sher Shah Suri, you call him, Sur dynasty king. So what happened? He had to leave the country and go back. He went to Iran, and he stayed there for quite a long time. And then again he came back. When Sher-Shah Suri died, after that the kingdom came to the empire came to his son. And at that time again Babar could conquer and come back to the country. So this is about Humayun, Babar, and then Humayun. But after Humayun came back and conquered, and he established his Mughal dynasty, but he didn't live for long to enjoy the fruits of his victory over Sher Shah Suri's son. So what happened after that? Then after he died, Akbar became the king. So you can see that Akbar became the king at a quite very young age. Yeah, and he ruled the country for such a long time, because he was a very, I should say, a secular leader. Yeah, he felt that both the Muslims and Hindus should, each one of them can practice their religion, can follow the religion of their choice. But at the same time, he had like no ministers also, the Hindus as his ministers. So people say that he ruled, his reign was one of the greatest times for the country. Right. So you can see the details of it over here in the lesson here, in the topic over here covered. So they started slowly conquering each one of them, like into Rajasthan, to Fatehpur Sikri. So one by one, like that, they have conquered. This is all about Babar, how he has done it. And then comes Humayun. And then I told you about the Sher Shah Suri, Sher Shah Sur, that dynasty which was there. And now we are talking about Akbar, right? So Akbar the Great, during his time, there were a lot of travelers from all over the world who visited India and who have written about his rule also, praising the way in which he was ruling the country. Very yeah, secular way. So in the early years, yeah, he was he started conquering part by part, yes, and he had very efficient ministers. And we have there are famous stories about Akbar and Birbal also, yes. And he had married Rajput princess also. So these were all like I should say techniques by which he wanted to, yeah, have a good relationship with all the neighboring countries, so that his empire will keep expanding. So there were so many policies. But what we observe in this Mughal dynasty is that, so when there are like no Akbar has yeah, if you suppose 3 or 4 children, so if Jahangir became the king, they used to see that the other brothers were yeah, they used to see that the other brothers were not at all against them. So if there was somebody against them, they used to see that they were killed. So that is the kind of yeah, policies that they were following. So you can talk about yeah, how his liberal views were there. So how they were taking care of the other parts of the country also, like Rajasthan. Rajasthan, here you can see that there are like Chittor, which is there, the different Gujarat, yeah, all these places. That is towards the west, they started conquering. Then they went into Bengal, yeah, and all these places. Slowly they moved down to the Vindhyas and down to Madhya Pradesh and all these territories. So from Gujarat on the west to Bengal on the east. So slowly they have taken the hold of on the whole of the country. So these are the years. Please mention these. I think so. If you write down your own notes on it, it will help you. The years in which they were done. And especially what you need to remember is what are the historical monuments that were like, each king is associated with. That is very, very important. So the questions are going to be like this. So what are the frontiers? That is, these are the Kabul. Kabul is in Afghanistan, Kandahar, all these places. That means from Afghanistan, yeah, to Gujarat, Rajasthan, then again to the east to, yeah, Bengal. Like that, it has been conquered. So all the details are given here also. So finally, Akbar died in the year 1605, and from Akbar it has been taken over by Jahangir. Jahangir to Shah Jahan. Shah Jahan was the one who created Taj Mahal, who constructed Taj Mahal. Did Sir join? Let me check once. Yeah. So these are the things that the, yeah, among Akbar, how the country was. So the total regime was around 150 years. So the division, the decentralization of the power, that is very, very important. And whenever there is a king or there is an empire which is running very smoothly, so that happens with the decentralization of power. And that was how Akbar could rule the country. I think so. The remaining parts, like about Jahangir, about Shah Jahan, and about Yeah, Aurangzeb, we will learn in the next class. Sir has joined. Malyadri Garu has joined. We will continue in the next class.
మల్లేంద్ర గారు వచ్చారా?